Hi, collective. Welcome back if you're returning. And if you're new here, my name is Kylie. This is an all signs channel. So no matter what your sign is, there could be a message here for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Energies can be theirs, yours, or third parties. They can even be mutually shared. Never give away your power to a deck of playing cards, right? Okay, now I know that I only have half this deck. We moved around the house recently, and somewhere in the space it has gotten moved. So I'm going to start out with some oracle. We're going to clarify with tarot, and we might end with my oracle. So, all right, I've already called spirit in, and you're reading in 3. Last one. If look under the couch, in the cushions, behind the couch. There's something significant that has either been lost or that was significant that you didn't know was lost. That's for somebody that is hiding in there. Okay, that was just a channeled message. We have unconditional love, self-love, photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia. So right off the bat, we have someone from our past. Who's walking who? Control, power issues, resistant. Resistant. Being led on. Expectations. Confirm what you want, and that you want the same things. Be lighthearted. Separation. Okay. So right off the bat, you had a lighthearted connection. That really was real love. Okay. Sorry, this is bothering me. That was real. This person is thinking of you, looking at your pictures, missing you, wanting to make new memories with you. But you had enough self-love to realize this probably was a situationship, okay? That there was some power and control issues. So what does that make me think? That makes me think, well, I'm saying that I don't want a relationship, yet my actions are showing different. We're hanging out on a regular basis. We are possibly having intercourse on a regular basis. We are texting each other good morning, good evening, that sort of thing. Okay? Being led on. So you realize that because you have self-love. I love that for you. Okay? I've always said, don't be the one that competes. Be the one that chooses the one that chooses you first. Okay? You confirmed that you wanted the same things, and it doesn't look like you didn't. Now we are lightheartedly moving on. Things are coming to light. You are healing, adapting, changing, maybe working on your self-love. Okay? Whatever this isn't, you are in separation. Okay? The divine feminine does not waste time in situationships once she decides that she is ready to look. Okay? Once she gets the sneaking suspicion that somebody is not taking her seriously, or she's not someone's priority choice, she recognizes that that means that that person does not value her the way that, or even recognize her that she's a divine feminine and that she is a quality catch, and she moves on. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. are already pre-shuffled, so I'm just gonna shuffle 3 more. Last one. What did we just talk about? The Divine Feminine doesn't take any offers that aren't ones that are in most basic form, for real. 555, as we said that. So this is changing. This is something that is new to you. This is something that maybe you had tendencies that you were self-reflecting on and realizing that those aren't working for us, okay? And that we need to make changes, make new rules as far as dating goes for ourselves. Things like, I don't cook for just anybody. And things like, I don't sleep around. Maybe something like, I don't lingerie until I am taken off the market. That sort of thing, okay? Either way, you're not taking anything seriously that doesn't take you seriously, which means also that you are not investing in it. Your time as a divine, let's try that again. Your time as a divine feminine might as well be currency, okay? You have a lot of things going on as a divine feminine. You are busy. Whether or not you are sitting at, I don't care if you are sitting at home painting your nails, you are investing in yourself, okay? That is currency. And so long as you treat your time like currency, you will hold yourself to a higher standard. That is one of the traits of a divine feminine, okay? Yeah. Knight of Wands, not playing around. 8 of Wands. The Lovers. King of Wands. Saying either step up or step out. Okay. And the 7 of Pentacles. Honing your craft. If this isn't... Okay. So you had a Knight of Wands on your hands. And you move forward from really quickly, okay? It was a lover's connection, meaning you guys were meant to learn from each other, grow from each other, but instead of committing, oh, sorry YouTube, instead of committing, you guys picked the fruit from the apple, or the apple from the tree, right? What is the apple from the tree? Well, the apple from the tree is seeing other people, you know. Well, I told you I didn't want anything serious when we first got together, or when we first started dating. I told you that. Okay, well, that is Mr. Knight of Wands' infamous line, okay? He's here for a good time, not a long time. What I find interesting is down here, you've asked him to step up into his king energy, Now, a King of Wands, can they be faithful and great husbands? Yes, absolutely, okay? But with a King of Wands, you're going to have to be okay with them being just kind of flirtatious, being the life of the party, being someone that likes to have the center of attention, okay? You're going to have to be okay with that if you want to be with a Knight of Wands. You decided that wasn't for you, okay? Now, initially, you might think, well, looking longingly at my 7 of Pentacles, I had a situation, one other situationship, maybe of 7 fail. That's not how I see this, okay? I see this as you're working on yourself, you're growing, you're learning these things, you're learning early red flag signs of situationships, or maybe of narcissistic personalities, tendencies that can be toxic, that sort of thing. Maybe you've learned 7 lessons of all the above. Like this time I ignored red flags that he cheated. This time, she just didn't want a serious relationship, but she said and did things otherwise, so I stuck around hoping she would change. This time, he gaslit me and made me believe that I was not a divine feminine and did not. You see what I'm saying? Are you following me? That's how I see this in this reading. Okay? You've had 7 lessons or 7 realizations, 7 truths about yourself. Okay? And we all know in tarot it only goes to 10. Okay? So we're working on our divine feminine. We're working on ourselves. This is, I've planted the seeds and they're starting to grow. You're growing. You're growing and I love it. Good. Good, good. Okay. Now, let's talk about this Lovers, okay? Lovers is a kind of a controversial, everybody likes to get the Lovers until they've had a Lovers experience, right? Okay. So, a lot of times Lovers don't end up together. In my experience, in my readings experience, okay? All right, tell me about the Lovers. Yeah, he was juggling, possibly 2. She was juggling, possibly you. Either way, they were putting you in competition. Competition that you didn't. Sorry that my lighting is like that. I'm working on my space, okay? Putting you in competition with others, maybe making you compete for time with friends, not inviting you along. Maybe, let me think of another example. Maybe going a whole week or, several days without texting you, and come to find out you were taken to the same bar as the other little lady. You see what I'm saying? Finding out things that you would now consider to have been an embarrassment to your own self. That somebody's treating you that way. I like it. All right, one more, and then we'll pull some of my oracle cards. The Sun. Okay, this is how with the King of Pentacles. You got a King of Pentacles with an Ace of Cups on their way. Okay, this is going to bring you your happiness, your well-deserved happiness. Okay? This is going to help you build the life that you've been talking about you deserving. Asking yourself, why doesn't this person feel like I deserve this from them? Well, because, honey, they weren't capable of giving you that. Okay? And even if they were, they weren't ready to give it to you. Okay? I don't care if you end up being the one that got away. They weren't ready. Okay? Let yourself be the one that got away. Okay? That's their burden to carry. That's them to deal with. That's their headache and heartache to deal with. Okay? The Sun. This is how you get there. Self-love. Reevaluating what you want in a relationship, what you want out of someone, and what that looks like as you're going along, as you are getting to know each other, as you are dating. Okay? Tarot only... I call the Lover's card my situationship because tarot only really recognizes love triangles and marriages, because that's the way tarot is very old. Anyway, where's I going with that? The sun is like a beautiful summer day where you can wear a tank top and be in the sun and not be too hot. You can jump on the back of your bike and take a ride. You can put the top down on your Jeep, roll around town with the music blaring, that is a hot summer day, or that is the sun kind of moment. That feeling that you get, that warm feeling when the sun touches your face, when you come out of maybe like from the shade, okay? That initial warm feeling on your skin is the sun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the light. Are you with me? Now, I'm going to leave all the light. I'm not going to scrap this reading. I'm going to let the lights flicker in the background because everything happens as a message when I do my readings. I believe that wholeheartedly. Okay. Time to change the light bulb. Time to change a light bulb. I'm liking this for you. I like this. Okay. Okay, these are hard to shuffle. Let me see if I can shuffle. No, not necessarily. Okay. These are my own that I've made, but they are hard to shuffle. What else? What last messages do you have for us, Spirit? That's a lot. Let's go with selective loyalties. Let's go with selective loyalties. Oh, there's one under that. So what's hidden is, okay, so you might have been dating this person when you were running on empty, when you were in fight or flight, when you were just trying to survive to get back from the day to day. You could have been ignoring or completely missing things that would have given you clues as to where this was going or not going that you would have otherwise noticed. Why? Because you were running on empty. Okay. You yourself, if you're being honest with yourself, if this is your reading, you yourself didn't have a whole lot to give either. Which is why in the future, your loyalties will be selective. First, you will be loyal to yourself. You will invest time in yourself. Time to be completely single, to not entertain anyone casually long enough until you feel confident in yourself that you can stick to all your dating rules and that you can not gaslight yourself into thinking, well, maybe I'm the different one. Maybe I'm the one that will change their mind. There's a small chance that that could be true. There's always a small chance that could be true. But my advice is to assume that you are the majority rules. Assume that you're not the one that's going to change your mind. Why? Because that takes you out of competition, and the divine feminine doesn't compete. Okay? That takes you out of the competition, and the divine feminine doesn't compete. If the person that the divine feminine doesn't see that she's worthy of shutting down the other competitions, okay, the other ones that they are entertaining, if they don't see that she is worth that in enough time before she finds out that they are seeing other people, or within if they're being honest, if they're within a reasonable amount of time, like maybe 6 months or less, okay, then they're not going to see it, and that's not somebody that you want as a divine feminine. Okay, it's not somebody that you want. All right, we're at 1923. One more. Broken record. You've heard this before. You've heard this before. All right. Well, if you need it, save me. Play it on repeat. Play me like a podcast as you go to sleep at night. I'd actually really appreciate that. This song and dance with this person has been a repeated cycle. I'm surprised we haven't got the death card. We definitely have the death card energy. Okay. This is something that has been repeated, okay, You've heard look at the bottom of the deck, canceled. Yeah, time to cancel this behavior, time to cancel this pattern. This last situationship was the one that crashed and burned for you. Okay? It's the one that finally made it click, made you understand, made you see what it was doing to your surroundings. That choosing this pattern, how it maybe affected your family, how it affected your, work life, your job. Maybe you're a career person and you realized, oh my gosh, toxicity like this, or being in competition like this really takes my focus away from work, and this person's just not worth that. Okay? You've heard this before. You've heard this before, and you've had this cycle before. So let's commit to changing it. I'm proud of you. Okay? For acknowledging it, recognizing it, and being willing to change it, and keep being the divine feminine yourself, no matter how you identify as a masculine or a feminine. Okay? Thank you for stopping by, and I hope this finds you well. I will see you soon. Bye.